Welcome to Your Wealthy Self with me, Regina Martinelli. This show is about money and a whole lot more. Here we focus on you being able to expand your capacity for money, success, abundance, and inner wealth. For you to have what's most important to you inside and out so you can be your wealthy self. This show is about honoring your wholeness, that you are enough just as you are to have what's most important to you. What's important to you might be the freedom to have more success, money without guilt or shame, or maybe it's the ease in being unapologetically you, or having more certainty in your sense of purpose, or feeling daily joy or fulfillment within yourself. Whatever is most important to you, whatever makes you feel like you are wealthy both inside and out. Because this show we stand in, you can create whatever is important to you, and you can do it without the struggle. You can do it with ease and certainty. And we do all of this through the lens of money. Why money, you ask? Because money is a spiritual highlighter. Money reveals how you engage with the world, how much you will allow yourself to have, and how easily you will allow yourself to have what you want. It highlights how much struggle you consciously believe you need to deserve your money or your success. See, often we don't feel worthy of the success we desire, so we will augment our worth by creating struggle. This is where you'll hear people say, I am successful and I sacrificed a lot to get here, but it was worth it. Or you'll hear them say, you have to work hard for money, or you have to put in your time, no pain, no gain. None of these notions are the truth. And if you believe you have to work hard for your money, then you will have to work hard for your money. It's what I call a trance belief. The idea that you have to work hard to make money, it's a trance because we buy into it without question. It's as if we are asleep in the same bad dream as most of the world. It's time to awaken from these trance beliefs that you have to work hard for money. If working hard actually made you money, then high school teachers, nurses, and mothers would be the 1%ers. Yet there are lots of people with lots of money who aren't doing much work. And frankly, they are not working hard at all. We are creators, so we are going to create in our lives. And it's a given that we're creating our lives. Our reality, our next experiences, all the time, both consciously and subconsciously. The question is, are you going to create from fear? Are you going to create from struggle? Are you going to create from inspiration and joy? It's through your wants, inspirations, and desires that you reach out to life. And when you reach out to life, life expands. Consciousness expands. Quality of life can be better and you can enjoy it more. Your desires, your wants pull what you want to you in a magical way. Desire is a powerful thing. When you clear up the blocks, the patterns, and the limiting beliefs that are in the way, things start to show up quickly and powerfully. I've seen this so many times in my 25 plus years that I've been coaching, and I've experienced it myself 100 times more than that. When the stock patterning, when it changes, suddenly the amount of money you are working hard for is easily available. The struggle is gone. Incredible opportunities materialize, and you get calls out of the blue from old friends wanting to reconnect, or you have chance meetings that lead you to something wonderful. When the blocks are out of the way, more ease, freedom, and delightful surprises and abundance and joy show up. This is when you experience alignment with your higher self, and you can more easily alchemize what you want in your life. Basically what this means is, if you don't have what you want, if your life isn't the grand adventure you envision it to be, if you don't have what's important to you, then there's something in the way. It's not because you are not smart enough, lazy, broken, or unworthy of deserving it. It's because there are most likely unconscious patterns and limiting beliefs that are in the way of you having the experience of life, of money, and yourself that you want. Now, this is probably not a new concept to you, that it's something internal or subconscious going on. What is going to be probably new to you is the lens by which we discover these subconscious beliefs, how these hidden blocks are formed, and our methods for revising them. More on this in a minute. Now, instead of allowing your fears about the future, your mistakes of the past, or your limiting beliefs of what you think is possible of your life, or what your family and the world believes your life can be like, instead of all of that, putting all of that aside, and instead Be open to seeing what really is possible from a stance where what you create is not predicated on your past. See, we're all creators in this life, and you can create from joy and inspiration. And what if you could create your life from inspiration and knowing that you are enough and that there is enough? What would life be like then? So here's the fun part. When you truly know what you create, when you truly know that you create your life, when you can feel that is the truth, you won't need to have all the money in the world to feel safe, secure, free, and happy. For example, most people don't feel like they need to own all the oxygen in the world to be safe. When you need air, you breathe in and it's there. We breathe in and out all the time, and we never question that there will be enough. Part of the trouble people have with money is that they assume there's a limited supply and it's hard to get. And they also believe that there's not enough. So most people get tripped up because they see money as a zero-sum experience, that there is only so much to go around, that you have to get your piece of the pie. This is based in fear, scarcity, and competition. This simply isn't so. Money is not a finite thing. Money is a creation. It is an idea. And ideas are limitless. Money is a hallucination of value, and value is limitless. Money has an exponentially expansive existence. It's always expanding. I want you to try on a few other notions that this show will be dispelling. Money is not your security or your freedom. You are. I know a lot of people think, when I have money, then I'll feel safe. Or when I have money, then I can do what I want. Well, I know a lot of people who have a lot of money who still don't feel safe, who still don't feel secure, who have uber wealth and still have anxiety, who still won't allow themselves to do what they want. So money is not your security or your freedom. Money can serve you best when it serves those ends. It's the belief pattern that creates the concern, the worry, the shifting. The pattern is so much more important than getting a bunch of money in order to make your dreams happen. It's that revision of that belief. Another one is money is not your security or your freedom. You are your security and your freedom. You are the ultimate control and power in your life. Another one is money is not what keeps you stuck or lets you move. Excuse me. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say, I would if I had the money. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to do something yet I didn't have the money for it. Somehow it just all worked out. And we all know people who have a bunch of money who still won't let themselves do what they want to do. They won't go on vacation or be what they want to be. So it's not actually money that keeps you stuck. It's your beliefs around it and about your own self-worth and deserving. Although money gets blamed for a lot, we outsource our limitations a lot of times to money. But money is not the source of our limitations. Your worth is immeasurable and eternal. Money cannot add to your worth, nor can the lack of money take away from your worth. This is really important. So many people equate their money as their worth or their worth with their money. In fact, in the United States, often we ask how much people have. It's a common question to say, how much is he or she worth? I can't tell you how many people I know who have a ton of money and no self-worth. Money is not the way to add to it. And not having money doesn't diminish your worth. That's another thing we see. When people don't have money, they feel kind of worthless or undeserving. They are not the same thing. Money does not equal your worth or your deserving or your value in life. In this show, I want you to really start to experience your worth, that you are enough. This makes it much easier for money, abundance, and success to flow to you. See, we will not allow ourselves to have more than we believe we deserve. If you don't think you are worth much, then you won't allow yourself to have much, and you won't think you're deserving to have what you want. So if you end up getting more than you subconsciously believe you deserve, then you will make it go away or blow up some other area of your life. It could be your relationships that you dismantle or your health that you demolish. If your money has gotten too good, more than you subconsciously believe you deserve, you will make it go away. We've all seen this with unexpected expenses when we've had a windfall. These are important things to notice because they help uncover the patterns that are running. And it's these limiting patterns that prevent you from having what you want. And more important to you in the ways that you want it. So in this show, we'll be looking at how to revise your beliefs about scarcity, safety, and self-acceptance, your abilities to create, and how good you will allow yourself to have it, your life be, how good you can stand to have it. Because these are all some of the foundational blocks that are often in the way of you having what you want. When you can revise those blocks, it gives you more access to your creational authority and having the experience of the incredible, magical, precious, and loved being you are. Presuppositions this show, myself included, promote and stand in are: you are enough. There's no need to turn against yourself to be deserving, good enough, or contort yourself into the best version. Here we don't believe the universe, all that is, or God, or however you want to refer it, is a punishing, rewarding one. It's a mirroring universe. So your best self already exists. You are already enough. There is nothing you need to do, be, or produce to be worthy of all the happiness and success you desire. And sure, there'll be other versions of you, and those will also be fantastic, amazing, and worthy versions of you, just as they are. They don't take anything away from this current version of you. All are equally worthy, deserving, and precious. How many things in your life would be different if you already knew your existence is enough? The gift from the universe to you and your gift back to the universe is your existence. Not when you are this, do that, or produce this other thing. Just as you are right now, your existence is enough. Another presupposition that we stand in is you doing anything that makes you happy, gives you inspiration or joy, is good for all of us. You being happy transmits higher energetic frequencies that touch people in ways you'll never know. The more you can experience what you want with ease and joy, the more evidence there is that this is possible. The more evidence that this life and creating what you want can be easy and joyful rather than the exception. And the more people that have this experience, there is more evidence that mounts, that starts to dissuade the naysayers who believe you have to work hard to have success, that you have to sacrifice for money, or happiness is a struggle. There becomes more evidence opposing their beliefs, and that evidence starts to challenge their beliefs. And when that happens, consciousness shifts. Individually, collectively, and globally, it can happen. And this allows for more joy in the world and less struggle and less fear. This is what I want, more joy and happiness for everyone. Another presupposition, that we are working through the lens of money because money is the energy of benevolence and blessings. When you get other people's stuff, energetic imprints, and generational beliefs off of the pure energy of money, then the experience of money is the feeling of benevolence and blessings. If you experience anything else with money, fear, overwhelm, there's not enough, you have dislike for it, or it's a burden, you feel unworthy of it, or distrust it, then it's not money that you're experiencing. It's something else that has been projected onto money to give you that experience. And that projection, that filter, is causing outward challenges in how you relate to and experience yourself, your abundance, your success, confidence, clarity, purpose, worthiness, self-acceptance, and prosperity. Many times people will say wanting more money is selfish, greedy, or if you want money, you are not spiritual. Let me ask you, if someone wanted to be healthier and started eating better and exercising, would you say you should be happy with what you have? There's only so much health to go around. Or when someone wants more happiness, do they take happiness away from someone else's ability to have happiness? If you wanted more blessings in your life and someone told you you should be happy with what you have, it's enough, you don't need more, how would you feel? And if money has the energy of benevolence and blessings, why would you tell someone it's greedy to want more blessings? You are not taking anything away from anyone else when you're creating for yourself. For example, laughter. When you laugh, are you taking laughter from others? You are not taking humor out of the world. Others still have all the laughter and humor that is available to them to create, no matter how much you have or enjoy or create for yourself. When you create good things for yourself, you are not taking away from others. Money is one way that the universe wants to bless us, and we are in charge of how many blessings we will allow ourselves to have. So if you don't have what you want, if you don't have what is important to you, then there is something in the way. This is where the subconscious limiting beliefs I mentioned earlier come into play. You know, those feelings of overwhelm, the need to hustle to catch up, imposter syndrome, the lack of clarity that leads to procrastination, or shame and guilt for wanting more, and the people pleasing to feel safe. These are all symptoms of a deeper underlying patterns in your subconscious. These patterns, symptoms, show up in your everyday waking life. Yet the source of these symptoms are not your conscious brain. They're not up here. This isn't a show. I just want to say up front, this is not a show that uses affirmations, meditations, or journaling or endless repetition to train your brain, or at the very least, bore it into submission for what you want it to do. While these are all useful practices, they are not the most efficient way to change your beliefs or your mindset. And these practices are a practice. They take a lot longer and make significant permanent change regarding your limiting patterns with money, or how you view your deserving of good things, or how your life shows up. And I don't know about you, but when I want change, I want it now. I don't want to spend hours each day or years. I want to do it now. I want to do my change now. Because by the time most of us are adults, these blocks are in our way, are not conscious blocks. They are at the subconscious level. If these blocks were conscious, you could have changed them by now. Like when you want to change your hairstyle, you just go out and change it. That's conscious change. You can do that easily when it's on the conscious level. But blocks I'm talking about are subconscious patterns that are running underneath your awake, thinking, contemplating, envisioning brain. These patterns are not even in the same place as where you consider your brain to be, working during your waking hours. These patterns are not in your conscious part of your brain. They're not in the place where you decide you want to save money to buy a new house, or where you decide you want to feel more confident. No, these patterns are not where you envision how lovely your life can be. These patterns are not there. Only their symptoms reside there. Yet this seems to be where most people try to resolve the issue. When I was in high school, I had a car that leaked oil. And you probably know without oil, your car engine will overheat and burn up. So I kept having to put oil in it every week, so to keep the car functioning. And I did this for months and months, and it continued to leak because I was not addressing the source of the leak. I did feel relief each week after putting oil in, because I didn't have to think about it again until the oil light came on a week later. Yet the original wound was still there. There was still a hole leaking out the oil, which affects the car's well-being every day. See, nobody consciously creates their problems, blocks, or limitations in their lives. The blocks and limitations are subconscious patterns that are reflexes of our brain. They are part of your mental software. And trying to change them consciously, trying to override your subconscious patterning through your conscious brain, is like yelling at your phone and expecting it to respond differently. If this worked, you'd already have done this by now. If you could change these belief patterns in your conscious brain, you could just say, I don't want to believe that, or feel this way, or be afraid of that. And it'd shift, just as you have probably experienced. The brain doesn't work like that. What I find to be the most effective and efficient in shifting old beliefs and creating new useful patterns in the brain is by using the neurology of your brain, how your brain is naturally designed, using neuroscience tools and the quantum field to revise the old patterns and create new pathways that support what you want in your life. We'll be talking on this show about the experiences, concepts, tools, and transformations that your heart, body, and brain go through for revision. And these are all based in scientific facts, neuroscience, quantum field work, and known spiritual practices. And I'll be having guest experts offering up their insights and tools for transformation as well. It's probably obvious by now, this is not a show about financial planning, investments, or budgeting. This is not any of that. Your wealthy self is about honoring your wholeness, that you are enough, and you have the power to create what you desire. This show is about expansion, having what's important to you, whatever that is for you. It's not about greed, which is really just a mask for feelings of fear, scarcity, struggle, unworthiness, or lack. It's not about overcoming struggles with willpower, hustle, or powering through it. These go against how your brain is naturally designed, which makes this approach incredibly difficult and unsustaining long term. If you've ever tried to willpower yourself into eating better or exercising more and then had some success, only to regress back to your old habits, then you know it's not sustainable to position one part of yourself to fight against another part of yourself. One of my favorite teachers, Carl Buchheit, would ask, in this scenario, in a battle against yourself, who wins? Because there will always be a part of you that loses when you battle yourself. And on some level, that doesn't feel good, which only reinforces the pattern that you were battling in the first place. And this is where I see a lot of procrastination and overwhelm for people, where they get more solidified, deeply entrenched, creating a bigger internal battle. There's a much better way. You can actually get both of these parts of yourself, get them on the same team to work together to have what you want regarding money, inner peace, love, connection, certainty, whatever it is for you. And we'll go deeper into how to do this and how to work with your neurology so you can have what you want with ease, where both sides of you are on the same page, on the same team. And we'll be doing a deep dive into this in the coming episodes. Your Wealthy Self show is not about coming from a place of struggle, hustle, or battling yourself to have what you want. It's not any of that. Your Wealthy Self is about you having what is most important to you and knowing that you are enough and there is enough and that you can have what you want with ease, with joy, and with fun. In order to do that, we'll be shining a light on old stuck patterns, limiting beliefs, fears, childhood wounds, lack of self-acceptance, entrenched beliefs that keep you stuck. It's about removing these old blocks so that you can come from a place of joy, inspiration, clarity, and beauty when you're creating what you want, what's important to you, so it can happen with ease and freedom. This is so much easier to manifest what you want when it's the energetic frequency of joy, inspiration, and beauty versus when you're trying to manifest based in scarcity, shame, desperation, because those vibrations are very low, making it much more difficult to manifest something wonderful on top of that sticky glop. Not to mention, manifesting from joy and inspiration makes the world a more enjoyable place, a place where there's enough, where you are enough, and you can have a magnificent life. As I mentioned before, reaching for what you want allows life to expand, consciousness can expand, and that is good for all of us. So these are the types of topics we'll be delving into, working on and untangling so that you have more conscious choice in what your life will be like, more freedom to be authentically you with ease and experience more clarity along with more certainty and security in your life. My team and I want to help you get support that you're seeking. So send questions you have on top or topics you'd like us to tackle. You can send them here. You can email us at yourwealthyself@e360tvlive.com. Thank you for tuning into our very first show of Your Wealthy Self. Make sure you tune in next week when we'll delve deeper into creating your wealthy self. I love and adore you. You are an incredibly beautiful and precious being. And please know you are enough just as you are.